What are some other difficulties you think you faced during that time? The 3 months or the year that you've been... It hasn't been a year, but this year in Korea.
The last year when I came here, during those 3 months, I decided to experience like part-time jobs here, and I tried working at factories, which is
Factories?
yeah.
That sounds hard.
It is hard. It is something that a lot of like people who come here as working immigrants do.
Yeah.
It's kind of an easy way to make money, I guess. And they, because they need labor, they just end up taking anyone, even sometimes illegally. So for anyone who considers that, I have to warn you, it's really hard. It's not for everyone. I personally experienced that. I worked for maybe like 15 or 20 days, not like in a row, but in total. And it was something that I experienced, and I was like, I will never ever do this again.
What type of factory were you working at?
One day I spent working at a factory that was like packing fruits into boxes and stuff, and the second one was like a skincare factory, I guess. They were also doing like packaging. Someone was doing the mixture stuff and all that.
Yeah.
But I was at like packaging stations, and not for everyone.
That's back-breaking work for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But factory work is also very popular with foreigners here.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't think I've ever heard of girl working in a factory. I always see guys doing it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, online, because
Yeah.
like online they will be like looking for men to work in a factory. I've never seen girls, so that's so interesting.
There are actually a lot of women doing that, and a lot of among Koreans, among locals, there are a lot of elderly women doing that, which shocked me.
Oh wow.
Because I didn't expect them to go for something like this, but
Yeah.
I've heard that for elderly it's pretty hard here, so I kind of understand why.
Which is really sad, because if it's hard for you, who's only 24, I can only imagine an older woman how hard it would be for her.
Exactly. But
when you need money,
yeah,
gotta do what you gotta do. Oh wow, okay. So you ended up working in a factory. So you wouldn't recommend it?
No, absolutely not.
Ooh, I couldn't do it. I respect people who do it, but it looks difficult.
Exactly.
It looks very, very difficult. So you tried that for 15 to 20 days, and then what made you leave? Was it just because it was difficult?
Yeah, it was difficult, and yeah, the language barrier also added to the fact that, you know, there are so many things that I don't understand, and that I feel like I'm incapable when I'm there, you know.
Yeah.
I'm doing something and I feel like I'm doing my best, but they're like, quick, hurry.
Oh, the pali pali.
Yeah, exactly.
The pali pali culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ended up leaving it, and then where did you end up working next? Or what did you do next?
After that, I didn't really work. I actually specifically entered those kind of part-time jobs to experience that, because like some of my family do that here.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, I wonder how it is, because they do earn money, and it's good money, but it's not worth it.
Yeah, because that is back-breaking work.
Yeah.
Unless you're strong and you can do it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I feel like not a lot of people are capable of that, honestly.
Listen, I'm just a girl.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I am just a girl.
Exactly.
It's a lot.
Me too.
Julia's just a girl too. I don't know who made that meme up, but it's so funny. I'm
Yeah.
just a girl. But so you ended up completely leaving it, and then you didn't work for a while. How was life at that time? Like, how were you?
I got to experience some of Korea, and I loved it, even though I was alone. Sometimes when you end up, you know, going out there and you're alone, like exploring the city,
Yeah.
At first it feels lonely, but then you end up appreciating, you know, going around like cafes and all the neighborhoods, and it's actually not that bad.
I feel like a lot of people... No, not a lot of people. I think there's this narrative that Korea, like, you don't eat by yourself, you don't go places by yourself.
Oh, exactly.
But I think that culture has changed a lot in the last few years. A lot of people do solo dates by themselves.
Yeah.
Like you said, like solo travel by yourself. Was it awkward at first?
At first, yeah. Because especially in the area where my relatives live, because it's like Gyeonggi-do, it's not the city.
Yeah.
There were like most of the places that were around there, especially the food that I wanted to try, it was like I come there and they're like, oh, we don't accept like a lone person, you have to be like at least
2인분?
Yeah, 2인분.
Okay.
And it was so awkward. I was like, oh really, okay, thank you, bye.
Yeah.
So awkward.
I take that statement back, actually. It's still a little hard because even barbecue places, you can't go by yourself. There will be like, it has to be, well, you can go by yourself, but you'd have to eat 2 portions.
Yeah.
Because they don't serve just 1 portion. I recently had a friend who was visiting Korea, and he really wanted to go to a Korean barbecue place. And he ended up going to the door, and they're like, oh, sorry, we don't take 1 person. It has to be 2 people. And he was like, why? And he was like, because you have to order 2 servings. And he ended up eating 2 servings. He's a big guy. He could finish it easy. But if you're like I'm just a girl, okay? I can't eat 2 servings. Yeah. So that part sucks for sure. But there are places that you can find that you can do solo dates by yourself for sure. True. Are you comfortable like being like traveling by yourself now? Are you still working on it?
I'm still working on it, I would say. I'm not like 100% comfortable, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Okay. About eating, I would also say another thing is if you end up ordering 2 servings and you want to get takeout for your leftovers, it's not very common in Korea to ask for them to wrap it for you.
Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. If I had 2 servings of Korean barbecue and I left some, I want to take it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's
but they're gonna
good
be
money.
Like, yeah, some good meat. But they will be like, oh, we don't do takeout.
Yeah. Or they're gonna look at you like, girl, what are you talking about?
Who does Korean barbecue takeout? That's how they're gonna look at you. That's when you have to bring your own Tupperware. Just put it in your own
like some grandma.
I'm taking this home. I would definitely take it home. Yeah. But that's a great point actually. Takeout is not that common when you're already eating that food there. Exactly. That's very true. There's a question that I wanted to ask you, but if you're not comfortable answering this, you don't have to answer. Okay. You said when you first came, you couldn't use like your Russian cards, and I'm guessing it's because like the whole war was going on, right? And they had restricted a lot of things from Russia.
Yeah.
How did it affect you, especially as someone who's not Russian, because you're Tajik and Korean?
Yeah.
Like how was it back then?
Oh, well, the sanctions themselves are really, it's really hard to take. Even though it's a small thing, like at the end of the day, I always think like, well, it's not something that I cannot live without. Like, we don't have like Starbucks, we don't have McDonald's anymore, but it's like not essential. So like it's fine. But just the fact that so many things are taken away from you because like I didn't even make the decisions, the political decisions. So why are the citizens supposed to like struggle? And for me, the card's not working is worse than anything else. Like the McDonald's not being there anymore is not as crucial as the card's not working. It's really,
because girl, that's your money that you can't use.
Exactly.